Hello there. Today we're going to try a little different approach with our lessons and see if I can make this work. It's going to be a little hard, but we're going to try. Instead of you getting to watch me, I'm going to try to go through the textbook here with you and show you the textbook, but also show it to you here in Google Docs. Right now, what we're going to do, we've talked a lot about Google Drive and the importance of being able to search and find your files. But now you need to start creating your files. And there's many ways you can do this. One, just when you open up Google Docs, and you go to the new settings, you've got a blank page. You've already gotten started. This is something you can work with now. But we need to go in there and modify it. We need to adjust it. I always hate it when I'm sitting there and I create this long, really pretty document, but I've got just one extra line. So now it's 2 pages. Well, we're going to learn how you can modify and adjust things so that you don't have to have that one extra line on a second page. You can condense things by changing font size, margins, your format overall. We're going to look at doing that with the format, and that's why I've got you the book here. You may not be able to see everything here in the book. I may have to do some zooming and adjustments, but we're going to try the best we can. So work with me on this. Okay, we're up here at the top. We're talking about formatting the document. And it's going to be hard to see, but some things we want to look at is how can you sit there and add line spacing, bulleted list? How can you sit there and change the font type, size, and color? Text alignment. A lot of this you've done when we did that Belmont assignment, but now we're going to go even deeper with it. So pay close attention for this because it's going to really be important with your next assignment. They talk here about how you can also insert images, tables, and hyperlinks into a document. And understand, insert an image file, it must be less than 2 megabytes. That sounds like an excellent test question right there. And one of the following file types, such as GIF, join the JPEG, bitmap, or portable network graphics, PNG. Document formatting options such as headers and footnotes and page breaks are also in the Insert menu. So let's look at this. If we go up here to Insert, we can find how horizontal line. That was one of the things that many of you had problems with. So we could do that. But here's how you can insert a footnote, headers and footers. So they even give you a shortcut if you're really doing a lot of this. But I like your page numbers. You can sit there and choose. Do you want it in the lower right corner? Do you want it to start on the first page or only start on the second page because the first one's a cover letter? Do you want it in the upper right? But then there's more options. So we could say we want the page numbers. I like it down at the bottom. Show on the first page. Start with 1. I like that. So I'm going to hit apply. So now I've got my page numbers down here in the footer. Not bad. So this is part of your formatting. Now, font size, you already know how to adjust that. Not right or wrong. You can click there and then select one. Sometimes, though, you don't see what you're looking on here. Let's say we want a size 13. I can up here type in 13 and then enter, and now my font size is 13. So when you click here, even though the number may not appear the size you want, you can change it and type in what you want. Another excellent test question right there. Okay, you've got your bold, italics, and underline. So when I've got some text in here that I want to underline, I like to highlight it and then click on the U. Also, you can do Control U. Control U executes the underline option. Another excellent test question right there. So we've looked at the underline, we've looked at this. A lot of you had problems with your alignment. That's what these are right here. When you sit there and you want to left align, that means everything stays to the left side of the page, to the center, to the right. But this is called justify, also known as block, where everything seems to be more square. You could almost say that this is very much block looking. Um, there is a little bit here on the side, but either way, that's something that can be debated later. Now, this is how you can indent and you can increase the indent or decrease it. Remember, you've got your bulleted list. I really like this where you can see you've got your different buttons, but I also like your numbered list. Now, your numbered list, this is how we'll be creating outlines. And that's one of our assignments we will do where you will have to create an outline. But for right now, just remember that's where you can find it in these drop down arrows. And then clear formatting. That'll just clear everything that you've added in there. That'll take it out. Now, I removed that numbered list. Look over here at the editing. This is where you can give people different rights, where they can make suggestions. Remember, we could do a search based upon suggestions only. You could view. This is what a lot of teachers do for you. They give you view rights, but they want you to modify it. That means you have to make a copy from the view rights. So all you have to do is copy it. Then you can go in and make your own changes. A lot of teachers do that, and that's something you really need to learn how to do. Even though they only give you view rights, you can still copy and then make the changes that the teacher or instructor wants you to do. All right, I'm going to change the page here if I can. Excuse me, I'm going to move the camera. It's going to get a little crazy here. All right. Now, we're going to talk briefly here about paragraph styles. Paragraph styles assign, the user can use paragraph styles to be more efficient in his application of formatting. Paragraph styles assign formatting characteristics, typically more than one characteristic, to a paragraph with a single action. So this is where you can easily sit there and say, with this paragraph style, I want a certain font style so that that paragraph really stands out. I want a font size. I want it bolded. I want to make things where the paragraph jumps out at the reader and they really take notice of it. Powerful tools there in helping get your information to the reader. Okay, let's look here now. The user can access reference material without leaving the document. The Tools menu includes a research tool and a definition tool. A user can click the Research in the Tools pull-down menu to display Research panel. So let's close that. Tools. Here we go. We're finding tools now. We want to find Research. I found dictionary. That may help me when I'm sitting there trying to define a word that I don't recognize, or it may help me sit there and work on a spelling or find another word that means the same. Citations, this is where I'm giving credit to where I got my source of information from. This is important. Otherwise, if you're copying information and just throwing it in there, it's plagiarism, which is illegal, but also can get you a major loss in your grade because most teachers give you zeros for plagiarism. Explore. Let's look at Explore. So now I can start searching your docs and the web. So I might want to look up, right now, a real popular topic in science is Mars. So let's see if I can start Mars. Well, now it's hard to see with this, but now I can start finding a lot about. And that would really help me when I'm working on this paper. So I'm going to type in. Okay, so I'm going to use that as my title. Now, as a title, some things I like to do is I want to sit there and maybe make it a little bit bigger. So we're going to go in and modify this. I'm going to add a few. I really like to center it. I also want to change my title of my document up here. Okay, so we've got that. Now we're going to type in some of this information we can see here. Gravity, wow, 2.66 times that of Mars. Now, does that mean that Earth gravity is lighter, or so on Mars I wouldn't have as much weight? Hey, I could lose weight just by going to Mars. That would be pretty cool. Um, but I could also make some massive jumps. That would be awesome. So let's say less, whoops, I've got to make sure I'm over here because I'm still wanting to research Mars. So let's go less gravity at Mars. Okay. All right. We know it's the fourth planet from the sun, but it's smaller than Earth. Red planet. Ah, they say it's got a lot of iron on Earth. So let's say due to, whoops, due to the large amount of iron on Mars, it is called the red. Let's move this so let's make this a little smaller. There we go. Planet. All right. Now, many of you already know this, and so this is some other things we could do. So I want you to give me three more facts. Find three more things about Mars, put them in here on this. Now, I want to expand this back up. We still have our lesson here, so you go ahead, pause this video, find three more facts about Mars, put it down here. Now, they mention how you can define a word. So let's look here. We've defined what we're looking at Mars, but let's highlight a word called Earth. And then let's go to our tools. Let's see if we can find something that we could do with that. Let's try dictionary. So I could get more definitions of Earth this way. It doesn't exactly maybe go real deep into a research, but I could easily find this. So this is where I need you to do a screenshot. I need to see a screenshot where I see this dictionary, Earth, some of these definitions, but I need to see your Mars and your 6 points of information or facts about Mars that you've looked up. That's one of your assignments today. I need this screenshot. Now, back over here, let's go ahead and, oh yes, they were talking about, let's go here. This is something I want to share with you, and many of you may already know this, but here in Tools, you can do a word count. In the future, many of your assignments will tell you you have to have 250 words or 750 words. This is how you can quickly see how many words you have in your document before, ah, I've got one page and only 29 words. I have 141 characters. Pretty simple. Only hit cancel. All right. We've started on creating the document. We've started on putting information in there. You know how to pull up your title. You know how to adjust your font size. We've got 6 things here. I want you to highlight all 6 of those. Then I want you to go to the number list. Click on that. I want them to automatically be numbered now. Pretty quick, pretty simple. So this is part of our formatting that you've learned. You've got several assignments in this video. Take the time, go back if you have questions. You can watch this video as many times as you need to. I hope all of you are doing well and are healthy. If you have questions, let me know. Make sure anytime you send me an email, you include the correct subject line. Otherwise, I'm not getting at people. Without that correct subject line, it's very hard for me to find your work. Hope you're doing well. Look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. Wear the mask correctly.